Hello, and welcome to the third Imperial Kitchen series with the Imperial Court of New York. I'm Emperor Antonio T. Ventura, and my co-host here is...
Princess Cutie Pie. Princess Royale.
Yeah, I was like, wait, Royale, girl. And we're excited to be here for our third month of this lovely event where we are going to be raising funds for Princess Janae Place here in New York City, specifically the Bronx. And we have two amazing guests with us today that are going to be showing you a little cocktail and Italian dinner night. First, we have Viscountess Salteeny Kracka.
Hello. Hey.
And Vocus C.C. Mansfield.
Hello.
So tonight, Salteeny, can you? It's called a Paolo Maldini.
It is a I had to look it up again. Paolo Maldini margarita tequila drink. Yes. Am I starting?
Yes, we're gonna get it started.
Yay! Okay.
Gotta get the party started.
Very excited. Party started. Okay.
Exactly.
Guys, all right. So I have because it's Italian night, it's an Italian drink with tequila. Don't ask. So we start with a highball or a rocks glass with our rocks in it. The recipe, as I think we may have posted, is in milliliters, which I had to Google what that meant as far as it goes in shot terms. And anybody who knows me knows this is probably the only time in my life I will actually use a shot glass to measure anything. Otherwise, I'm a free pour 3-second gal. So what you do is you get your tequila blanco, and it's about a half a shot. Oh, darn, that's a little bit too much, isn't it? Oh, well.
Oh, shucks.
Oh, shucks. And then the recipe called for Aperol, but I did not have Aperol, and Campari will do just nicely. So feel free to pour some Campari. I'm a little light on the Campari because it's, meh. There we go. And then we've got grapefruit. Sorry, let me start this again. We will have a little bit of a lime wedge, just sort of, get the limey taste in there. There we go. It's hard to see. I should have had it on a pedestal. And then grapefruit soda, which personally I always have in the house, if you can believe it, because I make lots of cocktails with grapefruit soda. So you fill that up. There's no shaker needed, which makes me happy. Another reason to have this very lovely cocktail. And then we garnish it with a grapefruit wedge.
Ooh.
Cheers!
Beautiful.
Paolo Maldini cocktail.
Love it.
It's Italian, but I put on a British accent for it. Don't ask me why. I try to drink it.
Right? Which way?
Going away, kids.
Awesome. That sounds so refreshing.
Christine, what is that grapefruit soda that you had? It looked like a pretty bottle.
It is. It's spectacular. It's a Q. I can give you the name of it. I'd have to.
Oh, they're the ones that make the fancy tonic water.
Yes, it is the fancy tonic water ones. Exactly. They had a whole bunch of them there, and I was very excited because I was wandering around my Key Foods earlier today, going, I want something nice and pretty, and that was it. And it's so pretty. It makes a pretty pink cocktail.
Perfect.
Fresca is grapefruit soda too, right?
Yes, that is correct.
That's what I was expecting with it, but
Too much work.
Too much work. Hello to all our amazing people commenting. We have Revi, also known as Ruby. We have Chaz. The Imperial Court of New York is watching. One of our people on there. I'm not sure which one. Not sure which one it is tonight. It might be Coco. Could be another board member. Who knows? One of our monarchs.
Victoria, you wish you looked this gorgeous.
Kim. Can you sub grapefruit with orange if you're not allowed to have grapefruit juice?
I don't know, but that sounds like a fine idea. Yeah, I think it would taste just fine. Jen, you're sipping it. What do you think?
Well, I did a grapefruit seltzer instead of grapefruit soda, just because I generally like less sweet cocktails, and I like the grapefruit. I think because seltzer comes in all the fun kind of flavors, like a fun flavored seltzer would be fun.
Awesome.
Yeah, I would say get pretty much any
Just
one of
one
them.
that doesn't have grapefruit.
And you don't need like a big
It is
massive wedge to go, and this is definitely for show. Because I mean, how are you gonna drink around that? They say put in a highball glass,
And it is Coco, our board president, watching on the Imperial Court of New York. And we have Lacaro's on. Justice, I'm sorry, I'm right against my cabinet. I can't do a cartwheel right now.
He's not wearing any pants.
I mean, who knows? Yeah, he might be onto something. None of us might be wearing pants. Who knows?
TMI, baby.
Right. But yeah. And
It's not.
did Salteeny, did you say you said little fun fact about your drink, correct?
I did not actually. So the Paolo Maldini cocktail, that's how it's pronounced again. I looked it up. I even Googled, why does he have a cocktail? He is an Italian football or soccer, as we would say, player. And apparently he's quite sassy. And the person who made up this drink decided that to name it after him because he's a sassy guy and full of effervescence.
Ooh.
So there you go. That's
Perfect.
That's why it's named after this Paulo guy. Which now I got to find him and see.
Like,
Sassy and full of effervescence. That is my soulmate. What are we talking
I wonder if he knows it's named after him.
Right?
I don't know. I looked that up too. I did not see anything where he was sort of like, hey, check out my cocktail. So it was interesting. The whole reason I picked this originally was because I knew that Charlie was doing an Italian dish, and I was trying to find Italian cocktails that would be easy and not require a shaker because we're minimalist over here. And I loved that it had that. I was like, oh god, check it out. It's like it's fun, it's exciting, and it has a name. And then I kept researching for information, and I got nothing.
Gotta love a prepared guest. I love it. And
I present often,
right? Exactly. And Coco asked, is CC naked under the apron?
Unfortunately, dessert is not on the menu today. It's just cocktail and meal.
And we have my Empress, Chiletta Divine, telling Justice to do his own cartwheel. The chat's fun. I love it. It's a new year, new energy. There we
I
go.
love that.
We have Shannon and Gabe watching too, and they sent me a picture of their cocktails in their Mr. and Mrs. glasses, and it was the cutest thing because they quickly had all the ingredients in their house because they have a fully stocked bar because they are amazing people.
Love it.
They're my
Love.
favorites.
So cheers. Cheers, Shannon.
Shannon Gabe,
Cheers
my
to making
favorites,
the cocktail. Love it. Mine's not actually the same cocktail. I didn't get a chance. Mine's a pre-made Cosmo. Don't judge.
You bet,
Doing
Terry Bradshaw. All good, Terry.
What do the kids say? Don't at me. Isn't that like a
Is that what they say? How do I know? I'm
I don't
51
know.
tomorrow. What the hell do I know?
I've hit
Happy
over 30.
birthday.
Happy
Oh,
birthday
yeah.
to you.
And
Happy birthday,
so everyone
twins.
knows, this is a pre-birthday party for both of our guests.
Turning 21.
We're staying on till midnight so we can sing you happy birthday.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
a chance, but thank you.
I love it. Okay, so, and just a reminder before we kick it off with CC, down below you'll see the running ticker that's in purple, and it says Imperial Kitchen Series, and it has the donation link, which is icny.org/kitchen. Just know that if it's posted in one of our posts, it might not work from an Apple phone for whatever reason. So if you copy and paste it, it will work. Clicking the link may not. Just know for some reason there's been having some issues. And tonight we are benefiting Princess Janae Place, which we will speak about a little later. But now we're gonna send it off to CC Mansfield.
Woo!
Hello. Oh, no, that's Christine. There I am. So I live in Brooklyn, and my apartment's like this big. So I'm gonna use the help of my roommates to help film this here. So let me turn my camera around. Oh, pit crew. All right. Alan, you're up.
All right.
That is a Brooklyn apartment. You got the back and right.
Everything's- Let's start with our sauce. Can everyone hear me okay? Yeah? All right, so for our sauce, we're gonna make a vodka sauce to go with our gnocchi. So the first, we're gonna add a little oil to the saucepan. Extra virgin. All right, get some little gas going here. There we go. Put this over here so it doesn't catch on fire. And we're gonna add some shallots and some garlic to the frying pan. And then stir it all up. So this is gonna cook a little bit. And while that's going, we're gonna work on our gnocchi. So already in this bowl, I have 1.5 cups of potatoes. We're gonna add a little flour. A little whole regal cheese. One egg. A little Parmesan. Salt and pepper. Really got to grind it up.
So many thoughts.
Now, before I put my hands in there, I'm just going to quickly stir my onions and shallots again. Now, these, you can start here in the sizzle. You could add your vodka. Some people put the vodka after the tomatoes. I like to throw it right in away. So we're gonna do maybe 1 ounce. So like a 1, 2, 3, 4. And throw in your tomato paste.
And CC, just real quick, if you have a light above your stove, we have some requests to if you could turn it on potentially, but I'm not sure if you do.
We're in Brooklyn, so no.
That's so funny. I don't have a light over my stove either, and I live in Brooklyn. That's hilarious. Is it a
You
thing?
are the light, CC. It's all good.
Exactly.
All right, my pit crew has a light now. We're good. All right, and we're gonna put that in, but you cannot use a metal fork on this pan or my roommate Alan will yell at me. So we're gonna switch to the wooden spoon. Okay. We're gonna leave that on a simmer now and back to the gnocchi. So now you're really gonna get your hands in and mix it all up. This is where you gotta put your back into it and give it a little muscle. And as you work it, it's slowly gonna come into a dough, and you can start shaping it. But for TV magic, I have one already done for you. So we're gonna transition over to my only little counter space over here. Ta-da! Oh no. And you're gonna open the fridge. And grab my dough. Ta-da! So what's easiest is if you cut it into 4ths. So I'm gonna go straight down and straight across. It's easy to work in 4 pieces. Put this up top here. Now you got your 1 piece. And I did have a song prepared for this, but my hands are now dirty and I didn't think about that. So we're just gonna roll it out. Usually I sing "That's Amore" in my head, and that's when I know it's done rolling. So you just shape it into a nice log. I like to get mine about 1/4 of an inch diameter. You got it, Alan? Mm-hmm. Oh, here we go. If you know the words, sing along. Oh no. That's Corona. All right. So now you're going to cut it into tiny little pieces. That's about the size you want. That's Corona. All right. I'm going to wash my hands because we're going to do some more TV magic. Jen or Michael, is there any comments coming in?
Absolutely. I think the gymnastics of your refrigerator opening with your toe is the highlight of the show so far.
Oh yeah. Many comments on it. I love it.
No, I did win an award for that, but it wasn't with the Imperial Court of New York. That's when I was participating in Rhode Island Court, but that's way long time ago. All right. So we're gonna go back to the sauce now. This is really heating up here. And we're gonna add our crushed tomatoes. That's Corona.
Oh, okay.
All right, so I got my tomatoes, paste, shallots, garlic, little pepper, little salt, some crushed red pepper. I like it spicy, so I add a lot.
Sweet.
And then we're gonna let that simmer. Pulling TV magic. We got our gnocchi.
Drink every time he says TV magic.
Yep, new game.
So we got our water boiling, lightly salted. And you're just gonna drop in a few at a time. It only takes maybe 3, 4, 5 minutes. Not even. It's real quick. So in they go. Da 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 da. Do 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 do. Shana sha sha. And I heard this might be on the menu for Night of the Thousand Gowns 2028, because I probably won't want to have one in person again. But you know, I won't be in the kitchen. I'll be on stage.
I feel the
All right,
comments
we're gonna go with
will
that.
go any second now. It will be sooner.
All right, so now that's cooking. The sauce is going. Michael and Jen, are we doing a break, or am I just going to finish this completely?
We have some questions about if the health code allows you to not have a shirt and shoes on. But this is from our chef for next month, our incoming Empress Sugar Bee Wheel. So,
Finish that, Jen? I'm sorry.
I said the question came from our soon-to-be incoming Empress Sugar Bee Real, who will be our chef for next month. So you know she'll be under the microscope next month.
Sugar, my answer is the same for the question is there a light over your stove? No, because we're in Brooklyn. There's no health regulations. Any other questions?
And our rating Empress, nipples and gnocchi.
Hashtag nipples and gnocchi.
Yep, and Coco says, you know, Times Square had the naked cowboy. We have the naked chef, almost naked chef. Now it's going on about armpit.
The donations should start coming in. So our sauce is up here. Our gnocchi's boiling. And what I'm gonna do now is almost time to add the heavy cream. But before I do that, I always just put a little extra vodka. Because once we add the heavy cream, we're gonna let it simmer for 10 minutes. So there goes some more vodka. Bring it up to a little boil. Add some fresh Parmesan. And let's go get that heavy cream. Should I do it with again?
Somebody's got to be commenting on that in the comments. I can't see, but there's got to be a comment about heavy cream in the comments. Come on.
So now you just Ooh, what happened?
No, it's still going. It's still going. We're good. We're good.
Sorry, technical difficulties.
Our screen just minimized.
So now everyone asks me, why don't you measure? Like a true Italian, I don't really measure. I just pour until it gets a nice pink color. Nice and pink. A little more. In Michael's Instagram, he does this figure 8 thing, and I always try to do it the same, but I'm not as good as Michael.
Is that why you're laughing, Michael, or did somebody say something really inappropriate?
No, Sugar's so happy you shaved your back.
And there you go. So now we're going to let this simmer for 10 minutes, let the vodka kind of cook off a little. And the gnocchi looks like it's almost done.
Woo!
Ta-da!
Well,
Like it's
while
just
you
that.
let the sauce simmer, do we want to talk about the beneficiary for a minute?
Perfect.
Yes.
While you let it all flavor up?
Sounds good.
All right.
Can you take me off the screen for 3 seconds so I can reset?
Absolutely. Got to do your money shot. It'll come back weird. We'll see. I
So
love
not
it.
fair that you give that to me when I'm on camera.
The comments just keep me giggling, so thank you for
I was going to say.
Randy asked, where's the hairnet? I did text CC earlier today when he sent, is this okay to wear? I said, do they make a hairnet for chest hair? And I didn't really get an answer, so I guess it's a no. So tonight we're here to have fun, and I think some of you are definitely all our friends in the comment, but maybe there's some people that are scrolling by that just hopped on and don't know why we're all drinking and chatting and making gnocchi. So we're doing this once a month for different beneficiaries, and this month we picked Princess Janae Place. They are in the Bronx, and they do a wide range of services for folks that are transgender or living in the transgender experience, which means pre-transition or somewhere along the spectrum. They sort of don't ask any questions, and they help people as they come along. They do things specifically with housing and education connections, trying to find people access to those. They do case management with physical health and mental health, and they also have various support groups and social groups and just connect people to one another. And this time they're doing a lot of virtual stuff. They're making sure that people know where to get free testing for COVID and have access to things, especially right now when like places like the center and places that people might think to go might not be physically open. So they're really important. So if you can donate cost of a cocktail or the cost of a plate of gnocchi or the cost of a full table of an Italian dinner, if you could think about if we were all together today having a cocktail and donate that amount, that would really be helpful for us to raise a little bit for this month. That link will stay live until the end of the month, until next month when we have a whole new beneficiary for the next fun. Donate, like, and subscribe.
Yeah, what's that?
I've never done that before. That sounded fun.
I love it.
Hey, we're live on Facebook now, but that actually works because this will be put on our Imperial Court of New York YouTube. So yes, please do comment, like, and subscribe. Please do.
Get the merch. Don't forget. Get the merch.
Yes.
We do have merch from time to time. This is true. Love it. So CC is still getting ready. I can see in the waiting room. So let's go back to the comments. So my former coworker Kimberly says true Italians don't know what measuring cups are.
Well, speaking of that, Christine, I have this Pyrex shot glass, which is the most amazing thing, and I feel like it'll be what I give you for your birthday when I get one belatedly. But yeah, Michael has one too. But they have tablespoons and silver teaspoons. It's great when you have a recipe and you're scaling it up and you're doing 6 teaspoons. You're not going to measure out 6 teaspoons, but it's great. It's an easy one, and it's good for cocktails.
Nice.
All right.
Although, look, to be fair, again, this is the only time I've ever measured a cocktail in my entire life. I was like pour, shake, whatever, No shaking, it's just pour.
All right. So it looks like CC is ready.
Like
CC, you can give us a thumbs up in the waiting room. Okay. And CC's back.
All right, we are back. So once 3 minutes, 4 minutes, the gnocchi will float to the top of the water. Just want to scoop it out, put all the excess water out, plop it into a bowl. They're going to be fresh, not frozen, so they look a little soft, but they're still going to taste just as delicious. And it looks like our sauce here is almost ready. Ready to just kick it up a notch, get it a little warmer, give it a stir. Nice pink sauce. All right. So we're just going to scoop some sauce and right on top of that gnocchi. Oh, look at that cheese action when you lift. Mm-hmm. And you could toss it,
so good.
Stir it up however you like. But I usually just toss it with some fresh basil. And I can show you a trick on how to cut the basil. I learned it in culinary school. Thank you very much, Alan. Me and Alan, my roommate, who is my pit crew, who's helping with the camera right now, went to Johnson and Wales. He did a little bit more culinary classes. I clearly did not. What you do is take a few basil leaves, lay them on top of each other. Ugh. And I believe this technique starts with a C. What is it called, Alan?
A chiffonade.
Yeah, chiffonade. So you have your basil leaves here, all on top of each other. And then you roll it tightly together. Real tight. Get your chef knife. Be careful not to chop your fingers, so always kind of do the knuckles and just go for it. So you get nice curls to go right on top of your pasta.
Fancy.
Right on top. And you can never have too much cheese in an Italian high school, so top it with some more cheese and bon appetit.
Yay!
Now let's see that big, like,
There's no body hair.
I need a TV testing bite.
Okay, you gotta taste it.
Yeah,
Oh,
we gotta taste
let
it.
me get a clean fork here.
Gotta have your Giada moment.
Yep,
Make sure which angle's better, this side or this side?
That side.
All right.
That's side.
Want to get a little gnocchi, some sauce, some basil, some cheese. Here we go. Ready? Blow on it. Don't want to burn myself.
Frozen in the moment.
I feel like I'm in Italy, folks. You need to try this. Alan, you want a bite?
Once I'm done filming.
Charlie, you know where I live. Feel free to bring some.
All right.
Yay, amazing. Oh, amazing. We're having some technical internet difficulties, the wonders of Wi-Fi.
Good times. Oh, we have a request for you to use your toe. I'm assuming to feed yourself. I'm not sure.
Look at camera.
They're gonna, one moment while. And this is CC's apartment.
Don't look at my calendar.
Do look at the calendar.
I'm back.
There we go.
Commercial break.
Commercial break.
That was a good commercial break.
Thank you.
Yeah, we have more in the comments. Again, Chaletta says, use your big toe.
Girl.
Marco Duran says, hairnet. Where's the hairnet?
Shout out to Alan's mom, Claudia.
Woo! We gotta look delicious.
How do you do this? Claudia is Alan's mom.
Oh, thank you for joining in. That's amazing.
Hi.
We're really ahead of schedule, so if you have any questions about culinary, the event, anything, feel free to put them in the comments. We'll hang out a little bit longer.
Working here.
While CC continues to enjoy the... First of all, cheers.
I should probably have another bite. I worked up an appetite.
Yeah.
And the last bite you did froze, so actually we do need another bite.
We do need that. Yeah, because you froze. It was like.
Christine, there's one thing we skipped with your cocktail, which was the salt rim.
Yes, you're right. You're right. I lack an ability to do salt rim, and so I just,
Well, one thing that I've done when I feel like I did a salt rim on my glass, but then I used a straw, so I'm not really getting the salt. So one thing that I've done to when I'm just lazy and making one cocktail for myself is just taking the lime wedge and putting it into the salt, so that when you squeeze it, it kind of gets it kind of falls to the bottom. It's kind of like putting a pinch of salt, but I think squeezing it with the lime helps to like break it down a little bit. And
like it.
Just don't drink from your straw straight from the bottom, because it might be, if it's like heavy salt ring salt, or I have like Malden salt. But if you like, I like that bite of salt, so it's good little.
You know me. I like
Easy.
I like saucy, spicy things. Anyways, after I be all about the salt, I'm like, hey.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't have jalapenos in the cocktail.
You know what? So anybody knows me knows that. So Here's another fun cocktail fact for you guys. So, for whatever reason, the night that Ruth Bader Ginsburg died, I made up an RBG cocktail. So, which is, I have a jalapeno infused rum. So there's the R. I had the tequila blanco, the B, and then grapefruit for the G. It is potent. It is fabulous. It is so good, and it's so spicy, just like she was. So there you go. So, like, I love that cocktail. That's one of my favorites. But one, and me, I'm a professional drinker, but one.
I've never had this cocktail of yours, and rum and tequila together sounds a little special. But
it sounds
I would love
strange,
to
but
try
it's because it's jalapeno infused rum. It's very spicy.
Yeah.
So it's really good. Anybody who likes a spicy cocktail, I highly recommend it. And it's not easy. You have to look online. It's called Chacho, is the jalapeno infused rum, and it's like, you know, it's the sad part is, like, back in the day when you could, like, go into, like, go in and somebody was, like, sampling the stuff. This guy gives really bad stories. Like the whole idea of how this jalapeno infused rum is like a 20-minute long story when he was in college, and you just don't want it. So I'm like, I'm just gonna go online and buy your crap, all right? Because I loved it. It's like, so yeah, it's like spiciness. It's really good, and then it cuts it back with the grapefruit. So RBG cocktail.
Nice. And
I did too.
It looks like we might have to promote the YouTube video because, according to Sugar, it's hard or cannot hear Salteeny. So,
really?
On their end, on the Facebook end. So
is it just sugar? Or is it
only one
I think
thing?
it's just something that people in Florida, it might just be a Florida thing.
It's true.
It's all that sunshine. I don't know.
I mean, because let's be honest, Sugar should be able to hear me from Florida without this video. I'm so loud. My neighbors are banging on the ceiling.
Also,
like,
quick note, because it does make a lot of gnocchi, so I have like maybe 40 servings. Once you roll it out and you cut it, you can let it sit for an hour, put it in a freezer Ziploc bag, and you could freeze them. So once you roll it out, cut it into individual pieces. I recommend only doing what you need for the meal, but then freezing it, because it makes a great thing just to pull from the freezer, throw into the water, whip up a sauce. So I usually make about 40 servings at a time, and then I have it for 6 months.
Nice.
I do have another gnocchi question, and I love a good make ahead, make too many so you have plenty for later. Do you ever use the gnocchi board?
I have seen those, and I have used one before. Unfortunately, I don't own one. Maybe for my birthday this year.
Amazon overnight, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But no,
Right
I don't
now?
know.
Hold on, let me look.
My Nona always loved rolling it out and cutting it by hands, and you get the grandkids involved, and it's fun for everyone.
I think they're just it's very much a family. It's like a whatever the restaurant does or whatever the family does. It's a signature thing.
It's a fun thing to do as a family, and I do make 40 servings. My standard serving size like this. Some people like Coco might need a bigger bowl, but my standard size is this size. So.
Do you ever mix up the flavors? Like, do you use sweet potato or do you add in spices to the dough? Like, have you ever played with that?
I do love a good sweet potato gnocchi, but I usually save the sweet potatoes for a ravioli.
Yes.
That was fall season, so now we're on to gnocchi. Raviolis, gnocchi. There's a pasta for every season.
Like a pasta.
So what would a St. Patrick's Day gnocchi look like?
It would be like a pesto,
Spinach
nice pesto. But for St. Patrick's Day, I would be making a lasagna because it's like shepherd's pie,
You said there's a pasta for every season, so I was like, there's got to be a gnocchi for every holiday. So.
St. Patrick's Day is a lasagna.
What's a good gnocchi for Groundhog's Day?
For Groundhog Day, I don't know. Maybe do like a mushroom gnocchi. That could be fun.
Root vegetable.
Yeah. Roots.
Okay.
I love it.
Any other holidays we need to talk about?
Right.
4th of July, we don't do gnocchi because we're on Fire Island and we can't eat starch. So
There'll be no gnocchi.
there's no gnocchi.
So just a reminder that this is for our Imperial Kitchen series, and we are raising money this month for the month of January for Princess Janae Place, and you can donate at icny.org/kitchen until the end of the month, and then it resets for our next beneficiary. Please donate anything you can, $1, many more dollars. It really helps because a lot of these centers and a lot of the shelters have really been hit hard by COVID through 2020 into this year, losing funding, losing ability, becoming 24-hour service places when they weren't before. Please, anything you can donate helps amazing. And we have our very own Maddie Baker asking, what wine pairs best with gnocchi?
Girl, when did you start drinking wine?
Good question. Tonight I'm doing a organic Bordeaux, year 2016. This is St. August. It's on the right side of the Bordeaux River, so there's gonna be a little bit more limestone in the terroir, so it kind of gives a little minerality to really blend well with the potatoes. It's gonna be a blend of the 80% Merlot, 10% Cab Franc, and 10% Cab Sauv. It is a great wine. Although it's not Italian, it pairs great with the potatoes.
I heard a rumor that the Boys to Men wine is grown on the same vineyard. Is that true?
What?
Very close, very close. They're like neighbors, those vineyards.
Okay. I did that because they play music to their wine, and I heard that was like, I don't know.
That's hilarious.
But
It's like
any wine goes well with pasta. Wine and pasta, you can't go wrong.
Exactly. Make your sauce with wine. Just saying.
Or vodka.
I'm donating, so let me.
Or if you don't have
I'm
any
not
wine,
ignoring you all. I'm
use some of the
donating.
vodka from the sauce.
Exactly. Sugar says all them big words.
Listen, Sugar.
Wine. It's four letters. Sugar.
She needs you to STOLI. 5 letters.
Well, Sugar's been getting a lot of hate from everyone because she's in Florida and she likes to send daily pictures of sunshine, beaches,
Yes, she does.
pools, and palm trees. So, she's being salty back.
When we had all our snow, it was all sunshine. I was like, oh.
She's like, oh yeah, look at me. How you guys feel? That's me. All right. Donated.
Nice
Everybody else should
Chianti would
too.
be great.
Yep.
Graham, the Chianti would go great with this right now.
And a nice Chianti.
And this might be a question more for you, or even CC with the culinary background. So you have a recipe for very sour green grapes.
Well, one that I just gave to my mom is to soak them in vodka overnight, 24 hours, make it really, really fat. It was like, it's a New Year's thing because eating 13 grapes after midnight is like a lucky thing. That's a Mexican thing, right, Michael?
Yeah, it's one of the things, yeah.
Yeah, so one of my friends in college did this for New Year's as a Mexican thing, but in a boozy way. You soak them in booze and then roll them in sugar. But you can also make jam out of green grapes. It's really, really delicious. And I've done green grape jam with white wine. You have to take the peels off of them, which is a little tedious. But if you blanch them, if you cut X's on them just like you do with tomatoes and blanch them and you peel them, like it's going to take a little while and it's annoying. But once it's done, it makes a beautiful jam. Green grape jam is delicious, especially if you do it with white wine. You can do it straight up by itself, but it gets really sweet actually with the even if they're really sour.
Awesome.
You can pickle them. You can pickle grapes. And if they're sour already, they might be really delicious as a pickle actually.
That
Pickled grapes. Ew.
Saltini's not a fan.
No, please no. Please never ever tell me that again. do not ruin wine making things with pickles. That's all I say.
Yes. Whenever you get a jam recipe,
Okay, we'll do cocoa.
So we could still ask your questions. We'll keep gabbing a little bit, but also just as a heads up. So yes, please do keep donating through the end of the month for Princess Janae Place. And then
I'm like over here. What?
Right. For February, it's Black History Month, and we will be joined by our special guest chef, Empress Sugar Be Real, who is
I
Empress.
can't wait for all the comments for this one.
Empress 30 Sugar Be Real, who also was our very first monarch of African descent, our first biological female empress, and our first straight monarch and or empress. Fact check there, please, someone in the comments. And so we will be making Trinidadian food. I'm not sure exactly what yet, but some Trinidadian food to celebrate Black History Month next month on the 11th. I believe that's the second Thursday of the month. And our beneficiary will be to be determined and will be promoted. But any other questions? Any other comments?
So Sugar's cooking. Who's doing the cocktails? And no, it won't be me because I already did this. So.
Oh,
Can we get Ellen?
Good question. If you do want to join us to make the cocktail that goes with Trinidadian food, let us know. We're always looking. And if you want to join any time in the future, we're doing this currently monthly. Enough requests. Who knows? Might be more, but let's not jump the gun there. Let's keep it monthly for now. And if you want to join us as a guest chef or a guest mixologist, let us know. Or even just as here's some background on some food conversation. Let us know. We're happy to add you to the roll call list.
And if you have a beneficiary that you think would be good, that a little injection of a little bit of a donation that could help them, let us know. ICMY has their roster of places that we've been donating to for years that we have approved. But if there's somebody that you hear about that really needs help, just let us know. And that could be a good way to get them aware in our community.
Exactly. And we typically LGBTQ plus and HIV awareness, but if it's something that has ties to that, even if it's not their main thing, but has a subsection that helps, that works. Just send us information. We'll vet it out and add it to our roster. Our roster, we're now entering 35 years. The roster's pretty big at this point. And I have a question for the three of you, just because it's a culinary thing. What's your favorite dish overall to make and or consume? C.C.
Yikes. I do love making different types of pastas and sauces because it's just fun, and it makes me remind me of my mom and my grandma. But during COVID, I never used to be good at baking because I don't use a measuring cup. But recently I made the best oatmeal raisin cookies. They kind of turned into scones, but they were delicious, and I really enjoy baking now because of COVID.
Nice.
Learning experience. And hopefully they can hear you, but Salteeny?
DoorDash.
DoorDash.
So everything.
I don't cook, baby. I only cook.
What about consuming? What about just eating?
Please be the DoorDasher handsome. Please be handsome. Please be handsome. Please be handsome. Your only interaction.
He never is either. He never is. I never get actually, no. During COVID, I discovered making different lasagna recipes. If I'm honest, I actually did lasagna a couple of times, and it came out really good. It took me a couple of times of doing it, and I, not being at all Italian, but Italian is my favorite. So, a good lasagna or a good pasta dish is my favorite.
Awesome.
Well, I'm gonna go with something that is maybe a cheating answer, but I'm gonna say pie because I love to bake pie, and you can make them in all kinds of flavors and things. But pizza is also a pie, so those are two of my favorite top 10 things.
I guess I did do deviled eggs, right? I can do a mean deviled egg. Yeah, that's for sure.
Signature dish.
Yeah, my signature dish is a deviled egg. Because it's I mean, hold on, everybody.
Jen, what is your favorite topping for pizza?
When I'm at a restaurant or ordering out a whole deviled egg. Oh, who knew?
Wow.
I usually go olives and mushrooms, but when I'm home, I like to finish it on the top and char it. So I like putting things like kale and things. Trent doesn't like it, so her side stays simple. But I like things that get real charred on it, like caramelized onions that you then also char.
Awesome.
Like that fire.
Best pizza in the East Village?
I will
What's
say
your-
Salugis just because it's my favorite neighborhood spot and I love them as people.
Shout out to Blue Jays.
Absolutely.
And they need business, so I will go there all the time. Oh, Graham has that Deviled Egg book. What a small world.
And Ruby Starling says pineapple pizza.
Oh, no.
Of course she would.
No.
She doesn't like cinnamon.
No.
She doesn't like cinnamon. Don't listen to her.
And
No.
Ruby also
we are
doesn't
not
eat
friends
pizza.
anymore, Revy. That's it. I am breaking up with you right now.
She can't eat pizza. We even talked about in the last month's episode.
Pineapple.
Cauliflower pineapple pizza.
Exactly. And apparently the 11th is actually our reigning emperor's birthday, so a Trinidadian cake would be delightful.
Ooh, black sugar cake.
Send me a
Like
slice.
a fruit cake.
Nice.
But yeah, so for me, during this COVID time, I've expanded my cookbook collection probably about 10 books and have just been cooking all the time. And I'm in the mixture of all of you. It's literally Italian pasta dishes are the easiest because literally anything, just make pasta and add whatever you want, really. But I've also been honing in my own personal lumpia recipes, which is for my background and our Empress's background and our president's background of the Philippines, which we made on our very first episode. And I've just kind of been working my own magic with the filling on that and reading books about it because it literally, whatever city, town, village you're in the Philippines, it's a different flavor. So, but it looks. Our emperor told Ruby, "You need Jesus for pineapple."
I don't care, Revy. I'm still breaking up with you. Okay.
Vera says that her
I
fucking
bet
go with everything.
Graham doesn't have that. Right?
Ooh, appetizers, love it.
Yeah. It's all appetizers. But I love the eat, bitch, and wine part. And I was like, I don't cook a lot. I have a lot of cookbooks, even though I don't do a lot of cooking. But I go to places and I'm like, that looks really good. I want that cool cookbook. I have a whole mac and cheese one too. Does Graham have that? Graham, do you have mac and cheese?
Ruby's trying to blame her pineapple pizza thing on being Jewish.
For March, we should do the greatest Imperial Bake Off.
Oh no.
Instead of the greatest British Bake Off, I think we should do the greatest Imperial Bake Off edition of the Imperial Kitchen.
Well, March is my birthday.
Ooh.
I think we should, you know that show Nailed It?
Oh, yes.
We should do a Barbie cake Nailed It.
I love that idea.
So I've actually participated in an Imperial Court Nailed It in DC last year. Didn't go well. I did not win.
Were you crowned the master baker?
No, not at all. I made my own fondant, all of it still, but I'm not good at decorating.
Master baker.
But coming to a Ponset, yes. Madeline Keith, Ponset Canton. So good. Another Filipino dish. We'll have to make another time with our Empress. And again, please donate Princess Janae Place for January 2021 edition of Imperial Kitchen Series. And Cutie Pie, just because it just popped in my head. Ooh, yes.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
I'm not actually singing it.
Happy
So.
birthday, happy birthday. So the two of you.
You two get to make a wish. 1, 2.
You're such a bitch. You're just one
TV magic.
Holding on, damn.
So real quick. So that was amazing. Happy early birthday.
Thank you.
You'll get the birthdays tomorrow too, but happy early birthday. And forever, you will get a happy birthday on YouTube forever.
Yay.
6 years ago today.
Like I don't already, darling.
Exactly.
Just
So
don't know the
Sugar
channel.
asks what Nailed It is. Sugar, it's on Netflix. It's a TV show where they get shown something, a baked good, whether it's a cake pop, cookie, cake, and they have to recreate it in like an hour.
It's hilarious.
And they're all people who are,
terrible, and it's awesome.
yeah.
But they're happy about it, and they're supportive of each other, and they're not like hateful. It's not like a hateful cooking show. It's just happy, and they're lovely. I scream at the TV like I'm watching a sport when I watch that show. It's amazing. Why are you doing that?
Right? And they have a holiday version, and now it's actually, they have a Mexico and Italy, and I think there's a couple other international versions. And Graham says, Christine, if you need a recipe for mac and cheese, your admission about not being a cook was totally unnecessary. Just
Hold on, I'm just saying.
oh, she was just saying she has an entire cookbook.
She got a library.
But I could.
I love it.
All these weird things. 50 simple recipes. Dude, come on. The love of all that is mac and cheese.
Oh, mac and cheese is there. No, sorry. I amend my statement from earlier. That the favorite mac. There you go.
Yep.
Yeah, another one that can be so different.
When I make mac and cheese, I like to use cavatappi noodles. These ones that are
Oh, I got some of those, yeah.
Yep, those ones. I
like
like them too.
extra elbowy. They're like supersized elbows.
And this way you can tell that Cutie Pie is a chef because she just reached onto her little shelf right there and pulled
She's
it.
like, and here.
Got the birthday sprinkles,
Yep.
the salt rim.
So to take this out, Cutie Pie, do you actually have just a random culinary tip? I think we should
Well,
start
one thing I will say, when CC was making his gnocchi batter, he cracked his eggs directly into the bowl with the cheese and the potatoes. And that's like fine when you're confident and you're cooking for yourself and it's only one egg. But I would say just always, it's worth washing one extra tiny little dish to crack an egg into a separate dish. Because if you have one tiny little shard, it's a lot easier to get out of just the egg than out of something that's already mixed up. So that would be.
I needed that. Tip.
I'm not trying to call you out, but was like, oh, okay, he's good.
I mean, she also did crack it with one hand, but you know.
Oh well.
You did, girl.
I can't even do that. I can't. I'm like, there's shell everywhere.
Like that. It's that like pull apart.
It was that kitchen magic.
Exactly. Cheers to the kitchen magic.
kitchen TV magic.
So thank you everyone for the comments. This is, I think, been the most interactive. It's third rendition. So next month, amp it up more. But thank you to Salteeny Kracka for joining us for the amazing cocktail.
I had fun. Thank you.
Yeah. CC Mansfield, thank you for the gnocchi and the TV magic and the almost naked chef and all the different things that were put in the comments.
For $19.95, no, just kidding.
I mean, tip it. You're not getting anything for your tip except for doing.
The tips go straight to the beneficiary.
It goes to the beneficiary. Yeah.
It's just gonna do a good thing. That's all. And our third producer, Nelson Bonaparte, actually couldn't make it tonight. Meant to say that at the beginning, but so everyone say hi to Nelson. Who will be back. Part of the New York Gay Men's Chorus and other things for work. So there's a lot of virtual meetings and everything going on. And Cutie Pie, thank you again for co-producing this and bringing that culinary flair, because like I said, every month I'm the amateur home baker. The other two producers are the actual trained working. So, but yes, please do donate and have an amazing night, everybody. Bye.
Bye, everybody.